Hi, I'm David, CEO and co-founder of etaskr. If you've ever wanted more job flexibility, if you've ever wanted more career mobility, if you've ever thought that your organization could use you better, if you've ever felt in over your head, overworked, underworked, if you've ever worked, etaskr is for you. We're a startup, so naturally we have a big, juicy problem and an innovative new way to solve it. What's our problem? Nothing too ambitious, just reinventing the way we work. This is the way we work. It hasn't been innovated since the Industrial Revolution. We're still separated into functional silos that blind us to the available talent and the available opportunities in the other silos. Essentially, it's a problem of visibility. The people who need each other don't even know they need each other because they can't see each other. The cost of working this way is staggering. According to the ABS, lost productivity cost the Australian economy $305 billion, with a B, yes, billion dollars a year. It costs companies over $26,000 a year per employee. Less tangibly, but arguably more importantly, we're not happy at work. We don't think about work the same way, and we're crying out for more freedom. The reason we put people in silos is because we call people at work human resources. At etaskr, we preach that we're not human resources, we're humans, and humans can do amazing things if given the opportunity. How do you create that opportunity? Well, I'm very proud to introduce you today etaskr, the world's first task marketplace for enterprise. etaskr allows you to crowdsource the best person inside your company to help you when you need it. On the other side of the marketplace, it allows you to find the work that you want when you want it. The heavy lifting is done by the etaskr matching algorithm, which connects the right people to the right tasks and vice versa. etaskr is bringing down the walls to give you job flexibility and career mobility like never before. Not just content with helping people share work, we're also launching the etaskr shopfront, which enables companies who sell their people's time to win new work. A task flies in from the etaskr shopfront and gets populated into the marketplace where it's matched to the best candidate. That candidate is then presented to the customer from the shopfront, who then picks up the desired candidate that they choose, and voila, you've just got yourself busy and your organization has won new work. etaskr shopfront is bringing the e-commerce revolution to professional services. Our third product is the etaskr dashboard, an HR analytics app that enables HR to make truly data-driven decisions. It visualizes the huge number of data points that etaskr collects in a customizable dashboard. An example, at the completion of every task, a review is kicked off. That review asks the person to rate the person doing the task with a star rating, and also asks them what skills were used. That then feeds into their average star rating and verifies new skills, or it boosts their ratings on existing skills on their profile. It's like LinkedIn skills, but this actually matters because it's based on real work. What you now have is an accurate, real-time, and dynamic skills taxonomy of your entire workforce that you can filter down from the organizational level all the way down to the individual. The revolution is just beginning. The time to reinvent the way we work is now. We've seen changes in technology, workforce demographics, and attitudes, as well as the globalization of the workforce and the proliferation of over 1,000 online labor marketplaces. But it's not just us saying it. We're working with some of the biggest companies in the world because their leadership realizes that technology is changing, the workforce is changing, and they must adapt. Our distribution strategy is to sell direct, top-down, discounted licenses for early adopter pilot customers. In the future, we plan to launch etaskr as a free trial to generate bottom-up sales leads. The business model is SaaS subscription for the eTaskr marketplace and the eTaskr dashboard, and a transaction-based model or a subscription-based model or a white label model, depending on our experimentation with the eTaskr shopfront. We have a big, bold, disruptive vision, but selling a whole new way of working is a near impossible sell. So our mission to get there is not to replace your day job, but around the edges of your day job, you have busy days and you have slow days. We're enabling you to share work on your busy days and find new opportunities on your slow days. We're asking for $1.3 million to build this vision. If you'd like to register your interest at etaskr.com to find out more, please do so, and also talk to myself and our technical officer, Pat, after the event, and we'd be happy to share with you anything you'd like to know. Thank you.
Well done, etaskr. Okay, some questions.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
And I think the concept's fantastic. I love the idea of Australian being more productive because it's an issue that we contend with. A couple of notes I took doing a bit of research and during this meeting. One of them I wrote down was Big Brother, not the television show. The principle of this creating a set of circumstances where the employer is monitoring the every move of the employee, particularly the dashboard product, because that essentially, and another note I wrote down was micromanagement, because it essentially gives the business owner or the employer the ability to assess minute to minute the performance of operatives during their different tasks that they've used Taskmaster to be deployed for. Mm-hmm. And I know the state of mind of an employee leading into a monthly or a quarterly review is generally nerve-wracked, let alone the prospect that they're being monitored minute to minute. Do you think this might have resistance downstream with the employee?
We've actually come at it from the opposite angle. So we're never going to replace 80, 90% of what every employee does. That's going to still filter through down the traditional system of work distribution. What we're enabling now is a platform for flexibility, a platform for the ambitious. If there's someone in a call center who doesn't have a bachelor, but he's hungrier than everyone else, he's going to use eTaskr to stay back in the office and get more work, and then present that in his quarterly review to say, hey, I've got the evidence right here, it's time for my promotion. So we're trying to empower employees, not allow employers to micromanage them. We're never going to put 100% of your workload into the marketplace. These are for the edge use cases of finding work in other areas that you're interested in, getting work in other areas that you're skilled at, but your employer doesn't even know you have those skills. Those are the use cases we're looking at. I hope that answers your question. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, no, I love this, and I think it's all about workforce productivity, as we've said, and it has a transformative element to it, and a lot of great things could come from here. But have you tested this? Where have you prototyped it?
Yes, we have. Unfortunately, I can't mention the names of the customers due to legal documents that we've signed. But yes, we have tested it, and we've seen some amazing results in the case study. Everyone has known how to use it automatically. The user experience has been fantastic, and it's been really sticky because people are now coming into work and they can check on their phone what other jobs are being posted in other areas. And being a millennial myself, and I'm sure other millennials can agree, I never saw myself as a lawyer for life. I never saw myself as an accountant for life. I knew that I could do many different things. Being a startup entrepreneur has proven that to me, but this platform enables me as an employee at a big company to do 75 to 85% of core work and then upskill and meet new colleagues and go overseas and work in other areas and become a human more than a human resource.
So I could tell you've worked in professional services. I hope this works. Yeah, I could tell you worked in professional services because you started talking. You weren't worried about Big Brother things because you already measured to an inch of your life.
Yeah. Pretty much.
The business model could work. So there's been various iterations of this that's gone over a long period of time. There are a couple of existing models now. Etaskr, Mechanical Turk from Amazon, and those guys have struggled quite a bit in this space, and they've thrown a lot of money at it, and there's been various incarnations of this that have come in and come out. Why are you guys different?
Well, they're all focused on outsourcing. So they're all focused on finding someone that doesn't work inside your company. This is an internal app for companies to share work internally. And then the shopfront is for those professional services firms to sell people that are trusted and branded as that employee. So there's a huge gap in the market for actually curated and vetted resources that they can trust through an easy online experience. So what we're doing is we're first allowing people internally to share work and find the best matches using this marketplace economics model. And then we're plugging in the e-commerce interface into that so that the people that are already underutilized can not only access internal work, but access new external work through a model that is, branded, pre-vetted, curated.
So outside of that model, why wouldn't a freelancer enter that market? I mean, they've got pretty much the infrastructure to support pretty much what's happening on the outside world in that market and already playing to that market. Why wouldn't they do that?
Well, we think they should, and we've been talking to...
Anybody here from freelance?
I mean, they've obviously got their focus on creating a marketplace of labor that anyone can access around the world. We have an entirely different focus of trying to change how people work internally, inside companies, inside CSIRO or inside Oxygen Ventures, so that people are no longer considered, siloed. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. We have been tapped on the shoulder by some big players who could very easily move into this segment, but I'm sure you may be well aware that the way the technology industry worked is they'll prime for acquisition rather than try and compete in a first mover product market.
So is that your model? You think that somebody would buy you within a short period of time?
Potentially, but I mean, we're in this to fulfill a vision, which is to try and reinvent the way we work and really create some substantial change in the way we think of workers.
I would imagine you've got some big cultural challenges with this because you're democratising how workers work within an organisation.
Yeah.
As a manager, having my sales guys at the busiest time of year running off doing marketing tasks, do I really want them to do that? I mean, have you thought through those sorts of challenges?
Yes, so
because that to me would be big resistance.
That's the biggest question we get, is the behaviour change that we're trying to introduce. And we know that that's the most disruptive thing we can do. So the way we are going about this is we've done about 9 to 12 months of research and development where we've tested it out live with a huge company. They obviously have their core skills, but they also know that they have on-seasons and off-seasons in different departments, and they don't talk to themselves. It's like they're individual businesses inside this company. So the way that we've run it is that everything is obviously transparent through the dashboard. So companies can see that you're booked on a job for the next 6 weeks. You know that you're booked on a job for the next 6 weeks. You're not going to go off and find other work. And if you do, it's completely transparent and they can monitor it. And there is a level of manual control with a marketplace manager who can step in and say, hold on, you're a salesperson, we've got sales jobs. You can find jobs on etaskr when you've got capacity, but you don't right now.
Great presentation, first of all. Thanks, David. Question for you. In the businesses where it has been trialled, what effect has this had on organisational culture?
A hugely collaborative one. So the massive impact that has come out of the testing is you are now meeting 5 new people in your workforce every day. And when you meet those 5 new people, you realize that they can do things that you constantly need. They have expertise that you've constantly wondered about, and you can do things for them that they then introduce to other people, and it sweeps through the organization so that the organization now sees these people as multi-hat wearing employees that can work in other areas and resource departments far more agile and flexibly than the current system, which is minimal visibility and zero communication.
What size organisations have they been tested on?
An organisation with over 150,000 employees globally.
On the smaller side?
Sorry?
Anything tested on the smaller side?
An organisation with 5,000 employees in Australia.
Fantastic. All right, everybody, big round of applause for our friends here at etaskr. Thank you. And indeed, as you want to maybe join...